Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'd like to share with you some items I found while scouring my local half-price books locations this weekend. Now, half-price books gets a large amount of their inventory from the public, people bringing in things that no longer serve them, and half-price books will purchase these items from the public. They also get some new merchandise, overstock merchandise, slightly flawed merchandise from retailers, so you will find some brand new items here as well. I've amassed a large part of my tarot book and deck collection from half-price books, and the items I've purchased have been both used and new. Now, shopping this way, looking for something that might be on your wish list at a local used bookshop or a charity shop, a Goodwill, is a really good way to shop, more sustainable way to shop, because when we purchase things that have already been in circulation, it just puts that a little less stress on Mother Earth and resources that are not easily renewable. So that's why I love half-price books. And as you can see here in one of the cabinets, there's a lot of great things. And there's one particular item here that caught my eye. And I can't stop thinking about it. And I'm going to show you. Yes, The Bohemian Cats by Baba Studios. Yeah. Can't get it out of my mind. So let me show you what I found. The first fantastic find is a first edition of the Urban Tarot by Robin Scott. Now, the first edition of the Urban Tarot came out before I even started my tarot journey. And it's a deck that has been on my list because I've been very intrigued about it. Sometimes I've looked at it, looked at unboxings and said, yeah, very intriguing, but probably not for me. And then I'll see it again and I say, you know what? I'm putting this on my wish list. But so far I've resisted getting it. You know how it is. We can't buy all the things when we want it. But this first edition is a smaller deck, more closer to bridge size, but smaller than a standard tarot size. It is now in a mass market incarnation where the cards are a little bit taller and slimmer, but it doesn't come, the mass market version, of course, doesn't come with this big, wonderful guidebook with all this content and full color pictures of the artwork in the book. And it's also color coded, it looks like, from, by suits. Yeah, so this is a fantastic find. I don't know on eBay if these are even, still available on eBay, but it's pretty pristine. The book is pretty pristine. And for everything, I got the book, the deck, and the bag. I guess it used to come in this velvet bag. And I only got it for $17.99. Can you believe it? $17.99 for a first edition. I believe the mass market is about $20, on Amazon. But look at this. It is super clean with the exception of a little bend back here. It's in perfect condition, and the cards, everything is intact from what I've researched with the double-sided title card. The cards themselves have not been used. You know how you can kind of feel when a deck is used, but it really hasn't been used? Look how clean that is. I mean, it is a great size for my little hands. I think the mass market edition only has a border on the top and the bottom, but no side borders, which is really nice, and I'm still thinking about getting that. But this is fantastic. This is kind of a semi-gloss, but it's really, really slippy, easy to shuffle, and I am thrilled to bits at finding this deck, especially at this, oh my gosh, wonderful price. I don't think they really know. It depends, you know, if their buyers are into tarot and know the difference between the first edition and, you know, a mass market edition. Maybe they're pricing it from the, you know, what the mass market is going by. You know, I don't know, but this is a steal. Look at that. The box is in perfect condition. It's just perfect. I can't believe it. I'm really, really excited about this find. The next fantastic find is the Wonderland Tarot by US Games, the Tarot in the Tin. And this, you can see, I paid $9.49. And look on their stickers, you can see when they got the decks in. I don't know if you can see it, but this date says 4/27/22, so back in April. And the North Lamar location, they had a very small, very tiny tarot cabinet. So what the salesperson told me is that they have a cart full of tarot decks, and they only bring some out at a time, a few out. So they have a ton in the back that I don't even see when I go into the store. Now look at what great condition this is. This is fantastic condition. I think you can get this for about 20 bucks on Amazon. So I paid $9.49, so roughly, yes, half price. It is basically in new condition. Oh, and I was going on with my story. Well, they had that small tarot cabinet, and now they have 2 large tarot cabinets where they can put all their decks, and I really found some fantastic things. So if you're in the greater Austin area, please go visit the South Lamar location right now. They have a lot of great things. Some of which you're gonna see here. So look at, it's pristine, the little white book. I put this in order. Everything's intact. All the title cards. These are the backs, by the way, if you're new to tarot and not familiar with this deck. I am an Alice in Wonderland fan. If you saw my recent deck unboxing of the new Wonder World Tarot by Push Kitty, I'll link it up below here in case you haven't seen that wonderful deck. I also have the Baba Studios Alice in Wonderland. I have Dame Darcy's Queen Alice deck. I also have, it's a deck from Etsy, Tarot in Wonderland, Alice Tarot in Wonderland, something to that effect. Great little deck. The only one I need to get that's on my wish list is the Barbara Moore Llewellyn deck, and I do plan to get that one. This sticks to the classic illustrations in the book, the Lewis Carroll book, and it's something really, for years, it's been on my wish list. And it's just one of those because it's a mass market deck, you know, it's not on high priority because you think it's always going to be there, but it's in great condition. Again, not shrink wrapped, but you can tell this deck has not been used. So I'm really, really excited. And some of the decks I'm going to show you, I'm kind of on the fence about. I had to work really fast and my husband was waiting for me. So some of these I'm not sure if I'm going to keep, but the Urban Tarot and this one are going to be definite keepers. The next fantastic find is the Lila and Olive Ophidia Rosa Tarot. Okay, I have all the other decks by Lila and Olive. This is the one that has eluded me, and actually, I'm not really sure. I've held off on this because the other decks I have to work a little bit at using, and I love them. I think they're beautiful, but I do have to work a little bit. And well, I saw this and I just grabbed it so I could take a look at it up close and personal. You can see I paid $24. I think this deck retails around 50 bucks if you were to buy it off their website. You can see they've had it since May 20th. I'm not sure I'm going to keep this one. The box is in really rough condition. I know for the price, you know, some people like to keep their decks out of the box and in a bag. I generally don't do that. When I store my decks in a bag, I make sure that the bag is big enough to house the box, because it protects the box from scuffs and things. And this, you see right here, it's kind of coming apart. It's in really, really rough condition. The cards are in decent condition. You can tell this deck has been used, but not, you know, it's in pretty good condition. I'm just wondering again, my other Lila and Olive decks are not in heavy rotation. You can tell this person used it because there's a lot of reversals in here. So this one, I'm leaning towards returning, but I don't know. I have a week to decide, and that way I get, you know, the method I paid for it. You know, it'll go back on my debit card. Otherwise, if it's past 7 days, you get a store credit. It has to be within 30 days, though, I think is their policy. Beautiful, beautiful deck. I know, you know, it's kind of, people love this deck and some people say they have a hard time reading with it. And like I said, maybe it's my lack of experience. Maybe it's the way my brain works. Sometimes I really like abstract decks, and there's some that I have in my collection that I purely read intuitively. But for some reason, the Lila and Olive ones haven't been those easy, intuitive decks for me. Though I'm still, you know, I haven't rehomed them because there's something I really want to work with, and I'm hoping to get to that point. But since I have those other ones, you know, the Maiden Tarot Oracle and the Orbita Tarot, I don't know if I really need this one, if I'm going to keep it. Yeah, this one I'm leaning towards maybe going back. The cards are in pretty good condition. The box, yeah, has a lot to be desired. It looks worse in person than it does that I'm seeing on my phone. But it is a good price, you know, otherwise I'm paying a little more than double for this if I buy it off the website, plus shipping. So let me know what you think. What do you think I should do? All right, moving on. The next fantastic find is the Tarot of the Moon Garden by US Games. And it is brand spanking new in shrink wrap. And you can see it was only $10.98. I'm not sure what it's going on Amazon. It's probably going somewhere like $18, $20. Because it's an older deck, maybe it's going for $14. I know some of the older decks get that low on Amazon. This one they've had since March of 2022 in their back room, because I go there, I visit the Half Price Books locations weekly, and I have not seen it out. And this, I always think of Julie of Peekaboo Rose because she loves this deck, and I think that's why I grabbed it. I have not opened it yet, and this one I'm kind of iffy about. Just last night I watched a unboxing of this deck, and I had forgotten that it's pips, and some of the pips resonate with me and some of them don't. So even if I open this, I can still return it, but I think I'm just going to look at some more walkthroughs and decide. But I had to work fast and decide. It's brand spanking new for this wonderful price, and so I got it. But this one may not be one that I keep. I don't know. I want to hear your comments and what you think and your opinions. So this one and the Ophidia Rosa may not stay. Next fantastic find from Half Price Books is not a deck. It is some note cards by the artist Joanna Basford that you can color in yourself, personalize them. And it's from her Enchanted Forest coloring book. I paid $5.99, and you can see the list price is $15.95. So that's really quite a wonderful deal. And you know that if you've been on my channel long enough, I've picked up the hobby of adult coloring fairly recently, and you can see the examples of the cards. And I think I have all but one of Joanna's coloring books. They're wonderful and they're favorites. She has a lot of fans. And this is, it's brand new. It's still in shrink wrap. So, I'm very, very excited to make my own set of personalized cards and, to send out when I need to send out a card. And let me show you a recent page that I colored in one of her books. This is her Worlds of Wonder book, which I picked up at Half Price Books for $6.99, but not on this trip. And this is a page that I recently colored. And I used Starjoy colored pencils, which are, I think, an oil-based pencil, budget-friendly. You can get on Amazon, I think, for a set of 120 pencils for about $29. They're a real good deal. But this is what I did, and I used some chalk pastel to fill in the background. And let me know if you're a Joanna Basford coloring book fan. Let me know that in the comments below. The next fantastic find is the Tarot of the Imagination, which is a low Scarabeo deck, and it is out of print. It originally was published in the year 2000, so it's as old as my youngest kid. So you can see I paid $9.99 for this out of print deck. And it looks like they got it in June 12th of this year. So, a little over a month ago. Now, I'm going to tell you why this deck is unique. Now, does this imagery look familiar to you? And I'm going to flip the deck over, and it's totally intact. I mean, it's in pristine condition. There's a little shelfware on the book, but it comes intact with the title cards. And I'm going to flip through this, and right now type in the comments below, have you seen these images before and what deck it is? Because I'm going to tell you, because I have that deck. All right, I'm just flipping through, and I put the deck in order. The cards are in pristine, clean condition. Again, the deck has been opened, but you can tell it maybe was flipped through, but has not been used. It's really nice cardstock, low Scarabeo cardstock. All right, have I flipped through enough cards? Okay, I'm going to stop here. Okay, you can see that image is on the back of the card, but is this jogging your memory? What current deck does this remind you of? If you guessed the Ferenc Painter Tarot, you would be right. So I think Low Scarabeo just did a reimagining of the original deck, and you see now it's in the newer lift kind of luxe top box that they do for some of their decks now when they're not in tuck boxes. They're now in a much larger size. Do you see what I mean? Tuck box versus the luxe lift off top box. So the old one, of course, had the different titles in the different languages, and the newer one does not. And these are the backs. I have done a full unboxing of this deck, and I'll try to remember to leave it, up here somewhere in the corner if you would like to see that unboxing and, go through it card by card. I think pretty much the majors have stayed. It's in the court cards. where it has, you know, deviated some, where they've switched out some of the imagery. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so they've switched out, you know, the different numbering for strength and justice and whatnot. But you can pretty much see right here, they've kept, yeah, they've kept the, yeah, they've done the you know, the other numbering. Okay, but the imagery in the majors has stayed the same. And I did have to put this deck back in order, and my deck too, just so you could kind of see. Yeah, that it's just the Ferenc Painter Tarot is just another reimagining of something they had done before. So now is where it deviates. It's in the quartz. So you see right here, they put it as the Four of Wands in the newer deck, and they put it as the Eight of Cups in the older deck, this image. So some of them have been swapped out and switched around, but some of the imagery has just been completely, you know, it's been changed. They've chosen a different depiction altogether, and you know, some of the cards in here you don't see in here, and vice versa. Now here I'm just going to show you a difference in the cups, because it has one of my, in this original version, it has like my favorite card. And probably why I'm going to keep the deck, even though, you know, I have these images. But okay, so you see the difference? They have like a, I don't know, he almost reminds me, I don't think he's wearing the glasses, almost like Teddy Roosevelt. But here you see the difference in the queens. They're both beautiful. But look at the king. Henry VIII. But the trippy thing about it is it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're depicting 6 of his wives. And I don't think they really look like, you know, the real paintings I've seen of his wives. But, you know, you'd have Catherine of Aragon. This looks like maybe Anne Boleyn and Jane Seymour and Catherine Howard and Catherine Parr. And they put Henry as the King of Cups. I think there's some tongue-in-cheek humor here, and then they put him with all the ghost faces of his wives. Kind of a little dark, wouldn't you say? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And I think even though the newer version, I think overall, you know, it's more beautiful and more aesthetically pleasing, I may keep it just for this card alone. Because I find it really, really trippy. I don't know, I may decide at the end of this video, I may do a musical side-by-side flip through of these two decks after the video, and I'll put a chapter in just in case you're interested, you know, for those of you who are collectors and are interested in viewing all the images. I may put that at the end, and yeah, just do my little musical flip through. I'll put a chapter and you can watch it if you'd like. The next fantastic find is the Fairy Tarot by Natalie Hertz. This deck has been out for a while, and it's been reprinted by US Games. I think it originally came out in 2007, and I went looking on Amazon, and right now you can get it for $17.99. So I didn't really save from purchasing from half-price books, but I didn't know that. This deck is in like new condition, except when I got home, when I was able to inspect it, there's some yellowing in the box, which could be age, but my thinking is it was probably due to cigarette smoke. because there is, when I took it out and I started flipping through it, you know, I can detect, being a non-smoker, I can detect cigarette smoke, and I'm pretty sensitive to it. I just, yeah, I can't. So these backs are beautiful, and I think I don't really have an honest to goodness fade deck. You know, I keep toying with the Tarot of the She, but I was flipping through this one a little bit, and I quite like the images. I don't have anything like this. So while I'm not going to keep this version because the cigarette smoke, and I'm smelling it now and I quickly want it. I'm going to have to wash my hands, and yeah. I do like the whimsical nature of this deck. I think it's fun. I don't have anything like it. So I may consider in the future, I did put it in my Amazon cart, getting it. And right now it's at a fantastic price of $17, which is only slightly more than what I paid for it at Half Price Books. So this copy is definitely going back, because for the reasons I just told you, but it's in perfect condition. It really, really hasn't been used, or hasn't been used much. You know, it's not in order, and I didn't put it in order. Here's the little title card, and there are some like reversals, as you can see. So, but it's in excellent condition. So I'm sending it back to North Lamar. If cigarette smoke doesn't bother you, I'm letting you know it's going back there in case it's something you want to pick up. The next fantastic find is a little book, and you can see it is Journaling for the Tarot, a little book of big questions by Andy Matzner. And you can see I just paid $6.49 for the book. Looks like it just came in the day that I bought it, which was yesterday, the 3rd of July. So I'm filming this actually on the 4th of July, you guys. I don't know when it's gonna come out. I have no idea what the MSRP for this would be. Doesn't really say. It looks like it came out in 2018. I just saw that date, yes. But let's take a quick look. By doubting, we are led to question. By questioning, we arrive at the truth. By Peter Abelard. And there's some more quotes. And, oh, Carl Jung. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. Lots of great quotes in here. What is this? Oh, Pamela Coleman Smith. It's dedicated to her. So, let's see if there's a table of contents. No, but it looks like for each card in the tarot deck, there's a bunch of questions here that you can journal on. For instance, the Fool. What message have you been ignoring? And next, what skills do you need to learn and why? What person or animal is your faithful companion? How can you show them gratitude? When do you feel you're most awkward? What are you afraid people are thinking? How can you challenge those fears? This is awesome. I do journal with my tarot, and I think this is just going to add another level to it. So this was a great little find, and they just put it out on the shelves the day that I went there. So this is great, and I'm definitely keeping this. It was a great price, and it's a great little resource. Yeah, something to enhance my practice. Great tool. The next fantastic Half Price Books find is the legendary 18th century Oracle Lenormand fortune-telling card set by Harold Yosten. As you can see, now when I got this deck, I have taken off the shrink wrap, but I actually got this brand new. I found it in the cabinet, and it was completely new, shrink wrapped and everything. And this was the price tag outside the shrink wrap, $8.99, and it looks like they've had this in their possession since June 15th. And this is a sterling ethos production. It's a large, as you can tell, a large 2-piece box, but it is really, really beautiful. And you can see it retails for $17.95 in the US. It looks like $19.95 in Canada. So you get a 96-page illustrated book and of course 36 divination cards. But look at this. This is nicely textured and look how vintage that box looks. It's beautiful. And a nice huge book. And you can see though, yeah, this kind of at least the cards aren't going to go sliding in. It's solid here and it's intact, so the cards will not go sliding in. Now while I have my phone set up high, we're just going to look at the book really quick. This looks like it would be a wonderful tool to use if you want to learn Lenormand, if you want to start dipping your toe. So there's a table of contents, and this came out in 2006. Introduction, how divination can help you, tips on how to interpret the cards, different ways to arrange the cards. And this is supposed to be an image of Marie Lenormand. See how much information you get. So you get traditional meaning, modern symbolism, and some questions on the cards, some tips if you're reading for love, for happiness. This is really good. I don't think there's anything on, oh wait, we got some spreads, but there's not a lot of, there's not like a space for how to link the cards together, you know, the direction and the grand tableau. I am reading Rana George's book right now, which I did find at half-price books, but not on this trip. And I am making my way through that. Oh my gosh, if you want to get into Lenormand, that is the book to get. And maybe I'll do a video on that after I finish the book. But I'm going through it slowly because there's so much information, and I'm always looking to up my Lenormand game. I really do love Lenormand as a system. Now here's a close-up look of the cards. These are the backs, very vintagey with the border, and these are very classic. This is classic imagery. And you have little saying here in the card. Let's see if I can read it from here. Old eyes. The writer brings new things from a foreign land. Recognize him as yourself. Looks like it should be yourself, but maybe it's a misprinting. There's an N in these two words instead of a U. Recognize him as yourself, and you've chosen the right man. But it says Nove self and Nove. Yeah, maybe that's why they got this brand new deck. And I've noticed that with half-price books when I found some brand new decks and some Sterling Ethos decks. It's because they've had like a misprint in one or two of the cards. So maybe that is why. Sometimes they get the overstock as well. So I'm going to have to go through one by one and see if there's anything, you know, other typos. I can live with this. This is very traditional imagery, which I like. It's a little bit on the papery side, but not bad. It's easy to shuffle. It's sturdy. You know, it's sturdy, it's not flimsy or see-through at all, but we'll flip through a few cards just in case I have any viewers that are new to Lenormand. The system only has 36 cards. It's all about how they link together. But yes, very traditional in the imagery here, which I like. Because Lenormand, you know, you've got those set images. You know, a lot of people don't collect Lenormand decks, but I do. I have, you know, I don't have a ton, but I do have a good amount, because I love all kinds of art and imagery. You know, it's kind of the same with the tarot. But these little sayings, instead of having the traditional playing card inset that some Lenormand cards do, we have a little, like, they're little hints. You will soon see, and this is for the garden, you will soon see a man. This is the garden plan. Another thing for sure, happiness is also in store. Also, the garden card is, you know, public meetings, social interactions. So yeah, I'm really happy. I'm definitely going to keep this little deck for when I just want that very classical Lenormand deck. I think it's great, and I'm looking forward to read the book and to see what, you know, how it's written. And you know, everybody who writes, you know, puts down their interpretations of the tarot cards or of Lenormand. You get a little bit something from each of them. So that's why I always read the books for each and every deck that I get. You never know, and you know, you take what resonates and you leave the rest. All right, the last fantastic find that I found at my local half-price books, South Lamar location, is the 1001 Tarot Spreads book, the complete book of tarot spreads for every purpose, by Cassandra Eason, the author of 1001 Spells. And this book is published by Sterling Ethos, you know, the many decks, you know, the Liminal 11 decks that they put out. And this deck, this book came in also yesterday. So, you know, they put it on the shelves. I found it. I bought it. This book retails for $19.95 US, $29.95 Canadian, and yeah, you can see Sterling Ethos right here. I got it for a $9.98. This book is in basically new condition. I see a little bit of wear in the corner here. You're probably not going to be able to see it. But look how beautiful this book is. I love green. This is just going to be chock full of spreads. Now let's look. I think there's a table of, is there a table of contents in here? Yes. So you see 1 card, 2 card, 3, you know, different number of card spreads. You have spreads for love and commitment, overcoming difficulties in love, reconciliation and ending destructive relationships, prosperity and money-making spreads, career spreads, business spreads, spreads for fame and fortune, family spreads, spreads for babies, children, and grandchildren of all ages. I mean, it's just, zodiac spreads, moon angel spreads, angel and archangel spreads. I'm not into that, but if you are, you know, there's spreads for that in this book. Crystal tarot spreads. I mean, there's spreads for fortune telling, your destiny, just everything you can think of is in this book. Now, there's no like fancy color pictures because there's so much content in here, but just to give you a little flip through so you can see what is contained in this book in case you want to pick one up for yourself somewhere. Yeah, look at this one. Spread 105, marrying or living together if one or both of you already have children. I mean, these are so detailed and so precise. I mean, this one, should you go back to your ex-partner or carry on with your new love and life? A 2-card spread. This is like so fun, and it's all contained in one book. Oh my gosh, 12 months to success. So you got the very simple to the very intricate, and this I am definitely keeping. there's no question about it. I'm definitely keeping this book. I think it was a fantastic find. So that is all I have for you today. Please, in the comments below, let me know what was your favorite fantastic half-price books find. And while you're at it, again, just a reminder to please hit that like, that subscribe, that notification bell, all of which really helps a small channel to grow and to push out my videos to a wider audience. Now, I may or may not decide to do this, but I may, right now, for those who are interested, decide to do a musical flip through of the Tarot of the Imagination and the Ferrant Pinter Tarot. It'll be a bonus if you're interested. All right, that's it. And with that, I will let you get on with your beautiful day. Bye for now.